because the divine is who gives us the ability to get through the shit that we go through, right? And so if the divine see you smelling yourself, that's when those tower moments come in, right? That's when we experience the confusion. That's when we experience the negative things that we don't want to experience because we're out of alignment. Yes, we definitely have free will, but if you out here doing shady shit that's not for the highest and greatest good of all people, what do you expect? I'm using my... Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time with me, hi, my name is Cheyenne. I am the face behind and founder of Soulful Soothe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your comments, your shares, your likes, all the ways that you show me love and support. Thank you so much. I am so sorry that I haven't made another video in like 2 weeks. Life has just been lifing and this move has gone in unexpected ways. If you're new here, I just moved to Houston from Nashville, Tennessee. So cross-country move, lots of challenges, bumps in the roads, all of those things, but that's neither here nor there. We're here now. And so today's video is going to be a little bit of a hodgepodge. So at the beginning of the year, I did a Wheel of the Year reading, going down each single month and saying, Spirit, what do you have for us? And so I'm going to first pray and do the invocation, but also tap into to see like follow-up energy on if Spirit has any more details for us about the minutia, since we're already 10 days into August at the time of me recording this. Y'all know time is fluid, and if you don't, now you know time is fluid. So we don't need to be doing these readings specifically. Like, this is more so just for our own human tracking purposes, if that makes sense. So after I pray, do the invocation, we'll tap into the energy for August to see if there's any follow-up details Spirit has for us. And then we'll jump into what energy we can expect around the full moon in Aquarius. I've been trying to work my astrology muscle, so I'll tap into the charts. I've got the charts pulled for Friday, August 12th at 2:22 p.m. 222 is one of my favorite numbers. So I always just pull the charts for that time. If there's not a specific time that someone's asking me about, I pull it for 2:22. And so I'll just talk through what I'm seeing, what I'm expecting, share a little bit of my knowledge, and as I grow, you grow. So without any further ado, let me light the cedar. Today I'm going to be smoke cleansing the space with cedar. As you can see, my string is busted, but that's okay. Feel free to call on any ancestors, guides, whoever you want present that's down with the shits, but not in a bad way. Feel free to invite them in. Anybody that's not going to harm us, feel free to invite them in. Ancestors, guides, guardian angels, Spirit, divine, the loved one, thank you so much for the ways that you protect me and the collective on a daily basis. Right now, I ask that you would rid our space of any unwanted energy, rid our space of anyone that is here to do us any harm. And I pray that you would replace their presence with your sweet Holy Spirit, and that you would invite all of the bountiful blessings that you have for us, that you would invite that energy, that good, positive, flowing energy into our space. Thank you that my ego is mitigated. Thank you that I am a clear channel and vessel for the people, and that this message is received well. With so much love in our hearts, gratitude on our lips, and clarity in our mind, we say thank you. All right, so let's get into the energy for August. So I was picking up on this, what I want to call it. There is some conflict energy, right? That I was picking up on. I will link, timestamp something, the video that I'm referring to. So if you feel the need to go back and watch that video and where I'm talking about that month in detail, you can do that. I was picking up on some type of conflict energy, and I can't really remember what the rest of it was, but let's see what's tea given the current energies, okay? So I'm starting out by just using playing cards. I'm still trying to figure out lighting here. As y'all can tell, there's like hella boxes in the background. That's my entire business right there. I'm still getting settled, waiting on furniture, all of the things, right? So, Spirit, what do you have in store for us for the month of August? What do you have in store for us for the month of August? During meditation the other morning, I was hearing a Donald Lawrence song, and it's escaping me right now. It wasn't The Best Is Yet to Come. That's one of his real popular ones. It was, damn, what was that song? Increase. And you see how I just set up like that? It was Increase. Increase. But literally he's just singing Increase over and over and over. And I want to say that the song was written from, or inspired, the lyrics were inspired by a Daniel prayer, I want to say, where he's like, bless me, O Lord, bless me indeed. I pray for increase, enlarge my territory. And I'm feeling outside of that conflict energy, I feel like it's a clearing floor. It's like God is making space for the negativity and the bullshit to be cleared so that the blessings that come in, they aren't tainted. I'm seeing dirty fingers and a white tablecloth. Like, if you've ever gone to a nice restaurant that has like white tablecloths and you know you're like eating and you kind of want to touch something, so you like touch it a little bit and then you get dirty, you get the food crumbs or whatever on your finger, sauce, whatever, you like look around and you're like, oh, just wipe it off on the table. That's what I'm seeing. We've had a lot of cards fall out. So let's see, what's tea? What is tea? Okay, first two cards, we have the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. King of Cups and Knight of Wands. Woo, okay. Right off the bat, I get the sense that there is a King of Cups around you that is very passionate and they don't want to let you go. Next card I see is Five of Wands. I said something about conflict, right? So there's some type of conflict. This King of Wands could be doing anything and everything, or King of Cups, King of Hearts. They could be doing any and everything to win you back or get back in your good graces, I'm hearing. And especially with the Five of Wands being present, this is like after a fight, after some sort of conflict, misunderstanding, whatever you want to classify it as, right? I don't know if you caught it, but I said King of Wands at first a couple seconds ago, and we do have the King of Wands on the board. The King of Wands did show up. So this could be the conflicts, right? It could be King of Cups fighting the King of Wands for your heart. Nine of Cups. You are someone's wish fulfillment. And if this isn't like lovers fighting over you, and also please don't get caught up in the gendered terms of king and queen. I'm just speaking to energy. So this could be a masculine presenting female. This could be a female presenting masculine. Take it how it fits, and if it don't fit, drop it, okay? We also have the Knight of Diamonds, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So if this is like two people fighting over you, I would say that the King of Cups has more passion and he's more about that action, okay? He's the one that's going to come and fight for you. And it's not funny that we do have the Five of Cups on his side of the spread, whereas on the King of Wands, he's got a lot of passion and a lot of heart and a lot of love and lust for you, but he's not really, and he knows that you are his wish fulfillment. However, he's not really about that action. Knight of Pentacles. It's also interesting that both of these kings have night energy showing up, because night energy does show some maturity and some progression, because when we look at the suit of cards, it's of tarot cards, you go from the page to the knight and then the king, and then the queen, right? So both of these kings do have some immaturity to them, but I don't feel the sense that it's necessarily negative. I just think that these are like minor character traits that they have that can influence the way that they act or the way that they show up in conversation or conflict with you. So I get the sense that this is left up with you, like whatever you want to do. Like, I want to say may the best nigga win, but you know, it's literally whatever. Spirit, do you have any advice for us for August based on this conflicting energy? Those three cards, I'm gonna take those. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Okay, now we have a pair on the board, and now we have to talk about it. But before we talk about it, let's talk about the rest of the cards that came out, okay? Ten of Wands. Knight of Cups. So Queen of Cups, Ten of Wands, and Knight of Cups. So follow your heart, baby girl. Follow your heart. It's left up with you what you want to do, who you want to choose. But I'm getting the sense that Spirit wants you to drop and release burdens. Now, whether that burden is attached to one of these love interests or one of these people competing for your time, your energy, your space, all of that, I'm not sure if the burden is attached to them or like them individually, or if it's just attached to the situation specifically. I hope that that makes sense. But I'm getting the sense that you need to follow your heart. And Knight of Cups, this is someone who follows their heart and will act on their emotions solely. So I do want to put a word of caution out there, like don't make any abrupt changes or any abrupt movements based on how you're feeling. When I say use your intuition, I don't mean use your emotions to guide your actions. When I say use your intuition, that means go within your sacred space, sit with Spirit, and see what Spirit wants you to do and what's going to be for the highest and greatest good for all of the parties involved, right? Okay. That's August for you. That's what I see on the board for August. Let's get into this full moon energy. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, like, what the heck is a full moon? What is a new moon? Like, how does that work? Okay, so Astrology 101 or Astronomy 101, there is always going to be a full moon when the sun is in opposition to the moon. So every single planet is constantly transiting or moving through zodiac constellations. And so currently the sun is transiting through Leo, which means that the sun is in opposition and it's making its way through Aquarius energy. This is how we get sister signs, right? Well, not exactly how, but if that helps you make sense of it, like that's what I mean. So Leo and Aquarius are sister signs. Pisces and Virgos are sister signs, which just means that it's different sides of the same coin. So a lot of times people say like, oh, Aquarius are weird, and you know, they get their attention from being weird, whereas Leos get their attention from being boisterous and just like out there doing too much. You know, it's that kind of energy. So right now the moon is transiting through Aquarius and will transit through Aquarius through the end of Friday the 12th. And the sun is going to stay in Leo until the 21st. Don't quote me on the exact date. But as you know, the sun, it takes the sun about a month, which is how we get, sun signs, which is what most people are aware of when it comes to astrology, right? So that's the tea on how we get new moon, full moon, whatever. I am going to start with the Moonology Oracle, but before we do that, I do want to look at the chart a little bit. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm seeing is Saturn is still in retrograde, babes. Saturn in retrograde, Saturn is the harsh teacher, okay? That's one of the traits of Saturn, is like teaching you major lessons. And with it transiting through the sign of Aquarius, which is humanitarian, it's like I said, it can get that like rep of being weird. But Aquarius energy is just about what is for the highest good of all people, what is for the highest good of everyone involved in this situation. And we do see Saturn retrograde in Aquarius opposing the sun in Leo. Now, I do want to say the sun is technically not a planet, it's a luminary, which is different, meaning the sun can't go retrograde. The moon can't go retrograde. It's just one direction because it's a luminary. Stars are also luminaries. So stars can't go retrograde. They just there, But we do have the sun in opposition of Saturn in retrograde in Aquarius. And with the sun being in Leo, what you might be seeing signs of right now is like, how do I want to say this? Going back to that conflict energy. So this may not be necessarily external conflict in this situation. I get the sense, and when I look at the charts and what I know, my shallow knowledge of the planets and everything, I'm being very humble right now because I've been studying astrology actively for about a year or so. But when you have two planets opposing each other, that means that there is some type of conflict. So when I look at the sun in Leo, this is you wanting to do what you feel is best for yourself and what you think is right. But at the same time, you dealing with internal conflict with yourself, like, damn, I really feel like I shouldn't be so selfish. I really feel like maybe I am doing them dirty or whatever, and I really hate to do it to them like this, but this is what it has to be done. It's like you having some sort of conflict about self versus others. So this could be you wondering if you doing a breakup or initiating a breakup is the best thing, or you being worried about like what other people are thinking and saying and feeling about what you're doing for your life. So that's one thing that I do want to mention. What else do I see when I look at the charts? The moon transiting through Aquarius as well, obviously because it's a full moon in Aquarius, but I do see the moon is trining, what is it trining? Mars, which is in Taurus. Now, there can be good and bad with this. Now, anytime I talk about transits, I don't want to put my own bias on them. So I don't want to say that this will happen for you. I'm just saying what I see. So because I don't know you personally or anyone that's watching this, I don't know y'all personally. And unless you book a private reading with me, I can't tell you what's tea for you specifically because I don't have your chart. But this is what I see for the collective, right? So when I look at the sun or the moon, when I look at the moon transiting through Aquarius, trining with Mars and Taurus. Okay, let's back up. Trine is when planets are 3 zodiac constellations away from each other. So that means that there is supposed to be ease and, flow. Like it's not a very choppy transit. However, with both of these signs being fixed signs, Aquarius and Taurus, there can be some stubbornness. So Mars is the planet of conflict, passion. So when I look at that, I do see that there can be some subliminal or subconscious, something beneath the surface that needs to be dealt with, right? But with both planets, well, luminary and planet, transiting through fixed signs, what this says to me is that there could be some stubbornness, something that you need to get over. So if this is conflict with another person, another human, like, you're going to have to tap into calming down and not being so damn stubborn. That's what you're going to have to do. What else do I see that I want to talk about? Is this Neptune in retro? Yeah, Neptune in retrograde, babes. Let's talk about it. Neptune is going retrograde in the sign of Pisces, which means it's exalted because Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. Pisces is the ruler of Neptune. They go hand in hand, right? And that means that energy is amplified. So this is a heightened time for things not appearing as they seem. Things just shaking and shifting and doing funky type shits. Like, it's like you can't wake up fully. You don't know what you're really dealing with. Like, you might be like, damn, I just feel so confused. I have a lot of brain fog. I don't know what's tea. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. And I do see it in direct opposition with Venus in Leo. So this could be showing up. Ooh, the sun done came back out, child. Hold on. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out lighting, and the lighting is still not that great because I look like a highlighter right now. But anyway, let's keep going. So I do see Neptune in retrograde transiting through Pisces in direct opposition with Venus transiting through Leo. What does this mean? So again, that bravado energy. So if you're dealing with someone in a romantic sense or just like regarding love in general, again, Leo is also a fixed sign. So is Leo fixed? I want to say Leo is fixed. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, babes, my Virgo rising can't let me give out misinformation, so I had to double check. Yes, Leo is a fixed sign. So we've got all this fixed energy, meaning that even though we're seeing some trines, even though we're seeing some sextiles, which represents ease and flow and things going smoothly, it doesn't necessarily have to feel smooth, especially with all of this fixed energy, meaning stubborn energy on the board. So with Neptune being in retrograde in Pisces, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of illusion. I'm seeing the Eight of Swords in my mind's eye right now. Yeah, I don't know if y'all just heard that, but someone's drag racing right now, like, boom. So that's it. It's like this need to show off. So like you or your partner may feel this need to be like very prideful. And as you see, the sun just came out of nowhere. You may experience this need or this feel to just be like, I'm that bitch. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you're keeping it in check, especially because Neptune is in retrograde. We don't want to have our confidence mistaken as pridefulness. And why do we not want that? We don't want that because that could make someone make a decision about us, if that makes sense. So like if we're being too much in our divine feminine energy in terms of like being confident, that can easily be mistaken as pridefulness. Now, you're 100% a boss ass bitch. So what I am gonna say is, if they can't stand the heat, they need to get the fuck out the kitchen. But at the same time, you want to keep that under check. Like there's a real fine line. You know that song, there's a thin line between love and hate? Yeah, so there's a thin line between confidence and cockiness. You don't want to be cocky unless you got a cock in your, okay, babes, I'm back. I shifted. And also, if you notice that my glasses have gotten darker, it's because I have transitional lenses. But so while I was shuffling the Moonology cards, we got 3 cards to come out. We have the full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. There we go. Emotions are running high, super moon. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying about the whole month of August. Actually, there's a lot of passion, a lot of heat. It's hot. Shit is popping off, okay? We also have full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. So what I'm seeing off of these cards alone is pushing forward. Full moons are often associated with releasing because this is a time where the energy is the most heightened and it's right before you reach the finish line. So when we look at the moon phases, I'll have to do another video on that, but just briefly, when we look at the moon phases, the full moon is the midpoint of the cycle. A lot of people think that it's the end of the cycle, and that's not true. So the emotions are high, and this is why you need to be releasing constantly, because you don't want any negative emotions to attach to you, causing you to block your own blessing, right? So we do have 2 full moon cards here, so that is a time to release. I'm getting the sense of a time to release control. Scorpio energy can be very manipulative. It's a water sign, so it's going to reflect back on you what you think you want, which also kind of goes back to that Neptune retrograde energy that I was talking about there being a lot of illusions. So release the negativity, release the bullshit. A win-win outcome is forecast. So I also find it very interesting how I have the cards placed here. The full moon cards are on opposite sides of the emotions are running high super moon card. So I feel like with that kind of goes back to what I was saying with the King of Cups and the King of Wands energy. And like I said, with you being the Queen of Cups, you don't necessarily have to be the Queen of Cups, meaning you don't have to be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You don't have to be those things. But right now you're showing up as the Queen of Cups. Someone tapped into their emotions. And you want to make sure that you're not being so easily emotionally persuaded or swayed to make any sudden moves, no sudden changes. That's what I'm getting. Especially with all this fixed energy. It's like you standing true and strong in your own power. But where does your power come from? That's the next question that I have. Where does your power come from? If your power is only coming from yourself, you might as well stop. Because the divine is who gives us the ability to get through the shit that we go through, right? And so if the divine see you smelling yourself, that's when those tower moments come in, right? That's when we experience the confusion. That's when we experience the negative things that we don't want to experience because we're out of alignment. Yes, we definitely have free will. But if you out here doing shady shit that's not for the highest and greatest good of all people, what do you expect? I'm using my Tarot of Sexual Magic. I don't know why I was drawn to that deck. I always have several decks out to like choose from just because it's so hard for me to choose just one girl. But here we are. All right, y'all. So here's the tea. We have the Wheel. When I saw this card, I heard that Darius Rucker song, Wagon Wheel. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Walk me anywhere you feel. Okay, look, I'm not a singer. If you don't know the song, look it up, please. It's a great song. I do like country, by the way. But there's a lot of fate and a lot of fated things coming to an end. This did come up underneath release negativity. 10s are about endings and new beginnings. So whatever negativity, now again, I said I didn't know if the negativity was attached to any specific king of Cups or King of Wands. But based on how I had it set up, right, we did have the King of Cups and the full moon in Scorpio underneath. So if this is the situation in general or the person specifically, you're being asked to let it go. And I just remembered we did have the 10 of Wands too under yours. So yeah, let that shit go. Whatever that shit is. I don't know what it is for you. I know what it is for me. But for you, I don't know, because this is a general collective reading. Now, under emotions are running high, we do have the King of Swords. And this is not so pretty. So remember what I said about things not being as they seem, like things are not how they look like they are. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but in the picture on the card, we have a man sitting down and it looks like he's about to get a blowjob. And outside of the window, there's this woman looking in. Things are not as they seem. So for some of you, this could be a potential third-party situation. This could be someone coming and telling you, like, girl, I seen your man with some girl at the club. Like, were you there? Did you go home with them after? Like, do you know? Trust but verify. That's something we say a lot at work. Trust but verify. So trust that your friends or whoever is coming to you is coming in a place of love or caring about you or whatever. Trust that, but then go and verify with your man. Don't be out here just believing everybody willy-nilly, because everybody does not have the purest of intentions. So yes, we want to be trusting of others to a certain extent, but also don't be no damn fool. And that's something I say all the time on this page. Okay, underneath a win-win outcome is forecast. I don't know why that sentence keeps tripping me up. But we do have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Excuse me. These are both knights that we got. So yeah, I feel like this speaks to those negative traits or those negative character flaws. That's what I'm trying to say. This speaks to the character flaws of these two kings. With the King of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is somebody who, even though they're tapped into their emotions, they may be too tapped into their emotions. And they use that as an excuse to just say any old thing, pop off at the mouth. And it's like, baby girl, you need to calm the fuck down, because watch who the fuck you're talking to. On the other side, with the King of Wands, we had the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is someone who feels the passion. They feel the heat. They know that they want this, but they move slow out of fear. You, the Queen of Cups, or showing up as the Queen of Cups, you did have the Knight of Cups. And with that showing up in reverse over here, what this is saying to me is that you can possibly get too caught up in your emotions. So if you are in this like love triangle type situation where you're trying to figure out like which boo to go with, don't be so caught up in the way that you're feeling right now. Like I said, go to your sacred space, tap in with spirit, ask what spirit has for you individually, period, point blank. Don't get so caught up in how you're feeling in the moment, because your feelings can lie. Your feelings are temporary. As a Pisces sun and moon, I know this firsthand. One day, my black ass could be very fucking happy. And then the next day, I'm boohoo crying. And thank God for Copeland, because he puts up with that shit, right? Okay, Spirit. I'm going to use my affirmation cards. I got this deck from a dear friend, Mina. And I haven't used it yet, but I'm gonna use it first with y'all. I really be trying to not make these videos long as fuck. But obviously Spirit be having shit to say. And so here we are. These affirmation cards are so fucking cute. Y'all, I gotta figure this lighting situation out. I gotta figure it out. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for the ways that you protect, lead, guide, and appoint us. Thank you so much for protecting us on a daily basis. Thank you for giving us the strength, the courage, and the willpower to do what needs to be done. I ask that you would give me an affirmation for the people for today. Do you have one more for us, Spirit? One more affirmation. If y'all can tell, I'm having fun with this. Okay, Spirit, I said one more. Thank you. Spirit be like, look, you asked for one, I said 3, bitch. Okay. Today I am persistent. Today nothing will stop me from accomplishing my goals. Nothing will stand in the way of my happiness. Now this is what I was speaking to with all this fixed energy. Like, on the positive side of that, stand true, stand confident, stand firm in your beliefs and your desires and what you want and all of that, right? But remember what I said, there's a thin line between confidence and cockiness. We also have today I am loved. Today I will know in my heart that I deserve love and respect. I don't got too much to say with that because you already know what the tea is. Today I have faith. Today I have faith and truly believe anything is possible. The possibilities are endless, babes. So, with that being said, that's the reading for today. Today's reading was, or video in general, is just kind of all over the place. I apologize for that. Like I said, I'm still getting settled, still trying to figure out my way through Houston and all of that. And, you know, as you can see, I'm unfurnished in this unit as of yet. Undecorated and all of the things. So just trying to keep my head screwed on straight. But yeah, that's the reading. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe because that definitely helps your girl out. I don't ask for any money when I come on here and share this energy. So those are just free ways that you can connect with me. Of course, if you want a personal reading, that link will be in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. These days, I'm hanging out on Instagram a lot, so be sure to follow me there. And while my mind is on it, please be aware of scammers. Scamming assholes. They just out here doing any and everything, girl. So be careful. Be real careful. Tap into your own discernment. I will never ask you for money on any platform. The only time I exchange funds, currency, any of that shit, is when you approach me first for a reading. I'm not out here seeking readings, okay? Because I got other shit to be doing. I'm actually supposed to be on the clock right now. So, yeah. But until next time, I love you so much. I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Ciao.